It was early Sunday morning, the only quiet day I usually had after long military shifts. I was cleaning out my garage and moved my truck forward, accidentally blocking my own driveway. I planned to move it back in a few minutes. But not even 10 minutes passed when I heard loud banging on my door. It was my neighbor, a woman everyone quietly referred to as a Karen. Complaining was her full-time hobby. She pointed at my truck like it was a stolen tank. "You can't block this driveway. I already called the police." I tried to explain calmly, "Ma'am, it's my driveway." But she snapped back, "I don't care. Rules are rules." Within minutes, a police car pulled up. The officer looked at the truck, then at me holding my garage tools. "Sir, is this your property?" "Yes," I answered. The officer simply sighed. "Then you're fine." But Karen refused to let it go. She demanded I receive a citation and even tried to argue I was disturbing the neighborhood. I was irritated, but I remembered my training, never escalate, so I moved the truck, apologized politely, and ended the interaction peacefully. What I didn't know was, this tiny incident was about to follow me all the way to my command office. The next morning at the base, I was still thinking about the useless drama when my phone buzzed. "Report to command office." Immediately, my stomach dropped. Soldiers don't get called there unless it's serious. Disciplinary action, complaints, or high-level assignments. As I walked through the hallway, everyone looked at me with curiosity. I wondered if Karen had filed some wild report. I knocked and stepped inside. My commanding officer was sitting with a stern look. "Sit down, Sergeant." He slid a printed complaint across the table. It was from my neighbor. She had written a long, dramatic letter claiming I had threatened her blocked public access and used military authority to intimidate a civilian. I felt the blood drain from my face. None of that happened. I explained everything calmly, step by step. My CO listened, but his face didn't change. Then he said, "She also claimed she felt unsafe because you are military. That puts us in a delicate position." My heart was racing. But then my CO leaned back and added quietly, "Before I decide anything, I'm going to do something she didn't. Investigate properly." Later that afternoon, my CO did something unexpected. He drove to my neighborhood himself. Karen was standing outside like she had been waiting for a parade. As soon as she saw the uniform, she rushed toward him with fake tears. "Thank you for coming, sir. That man is aggressive and dangerous. I don't feel safe." My CO listened silently. Then he asked, "Do you have any proof of these claims?" Karen froze. She hadn't expected that question. He pointed to the houses around and asked several neighbors for statements, and every single one told the same story. "She exaggerates everything. He was just cleaning his garage. She causes unnecessary trouble for everyone." We saw the whole incident. The soldier stayed calm. One neighbor even showed doorbell footage, clear video of the entire interaction. When my CO saw it, he nodded, thanked everyone, then turned to Karen. And in a firm, controlled military tone, he said, "Ma'am, filing false reports against military personnel is a serious matter. You could have damaged this man's career for no reason." Karen's face turned pale. Her lips started shaking. Suddenly, she didn't look confident anymore. That's when her own husband came outside, looking embarrassed. "I'm sorry, officer. This happens a lot." Karen ran inside without another word. When I returned to base the next morning, my CO called me in again. But this time he wasn't angry. He stood up, shook my hand, and said, "Sergeant, you handled the situation better than most people would. No shouting, no retaliation. That's real discipline." I finally felt relief. But the story didn't end there. Later that afternoon, someone knocked on my door again. It was Karen's husband, holding a small box. Inside was a homemade apple pie. He apologized for his wife's behavior and explained she had been under stress because her mother was seriously ill. "Not an excuse," he said, "but I hope you understand." In that moment, I remembered something my CO always said, "Kindness is strength, not weakness." I told him there were no hard feelings. A week later, Karen herself came out and quietly said, "Thank you for not making things worse." It wasn't a perfect apology, but it was progress, and sometimes progress is a form of kindness. The incident taught me a powerful lesson even when people are rude, angry, or unfair. Your calmness and kindness can heal more than you know.